Hey guys, welcome to Automotive Electronics. Today we're working on a 93 Dodge Van. I had a little doubts at first, but we got her done. Anyway, speedometer's out, some fluctuations in the gas gauge and the temperature gauge and the oil pressure gauge and all kinds of stuff, but we verified all of his gauges. We got her done. So hey, please like and subscribe. I sure appreciate it. It helps me out a lot, and I got to put this stuff at the front of the video because you guys never see it if I put it at the end. So I appreciate you, and here's your video. Okay folks, we're gonna go work on a special one, an old one. See if I can figure it out. I was around back in the day, but I don't know. It's kind of worked on one of these in like ages. So this may be an experience for both of us. Get you set up here. This is a 93 Dodge camper van. Got the AC on top. It is kind of old. Let's see if we can't get the instrument cluster out. The chief complaint on this, I think we're gonna have to take a couple screws out in the glove box. I'll get you pointed over there, but you might just have to take my word for it, because I don't know how much work we're gonna put into this video, because I don't know if it's ever gonna reach the light of day or see the light of day. Unless I have great success. It's all broke loose over here, so I guess there's not any sense in taking a screw out when it looks like it may have a screw underneath here, so I need a little shorty screwdriver. Good luck finding my shorty screwdriver. Got about 3 cars apart in here. And the tools are everywhere. I found it. These are Phillips screws. So I just got one in the bottom here. I think I'll probably fall out on the ground after I get this out. Yeah, just about. Come on, stay. I gotta have a little better luck on the other side. I found my stubby. All right. Let's get this unplugged. Probably just some warning lights. Oh, hadn't been apart in 20 years. You know what? If I can get that set up there, yeah, it looks good. Get it set up there like that. We'll just roll with it the way it is. I can't remember if this thing is cable driven or if they had moved to electronics. Either way, it's got to come out. You got your 3 screws on the top that you just saw me take out. I got a couple down here on the bottom. They're all Phillips. It's been so long since I worked on a car that doesn't have 7mm. Not really sure how this Phillips stuff works anymore. I just vaguely remember these clusters. from way back when. Oh, we got another one there, I didn't see. One more between the oil and the battery gauge. And we are electrically driven. So, one plug. 2 plugs. And she's out. Let's go see if we can find anything wrong with this inside. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try this. I got a new tripod, so we're doing a different angle today. My old tripod, it used to like sit up here and look down on everything. I'll try this and see how it goes. T15s. Feels a little loosey-goosey. May have been more like a T18. Just kidding, I don't think they make T18. 15's working pretty good. Alright. And we're down to the gauges here. This is your Prindle. It's still functional, but it obviously wasn't hooked up, so not sure what's going on there. There ain't much to look at in the back here. This circuit board is just about as basic as it gets. There's a little bit of corrosion, but nothing that should have prevented it from working. This is our little piece that fell off when I tilted it over. It just kind of lays in there and held in by the lenses. I'll set it aside. Looks like we got some T15s in here. One of our main concerns was the speedometer. He said it does work up to about 20 miles an hour, but after that, no dice. It does not want. Oh, there it goes. It let go. It let go finally. Nice thing about this is it looks like it's in good shape. The one little exception right here, we've got some corrosion going on. And I'm not sure if those are supposed to be soldered in or they're just pressure points. So looking to see if we're clear to take this off the board or not. Or take this board off. There's a motor here, probably a driver motor for the odometer. And it has 3 pins. So I doubt we're going to get this totally apart. Yeah, let's take them out, see what we can see. See if there's any difference when we take these out, if it looks like we can get it loose or not. Number 1 Phillips, not a number 2. We're still stuck in there. Which there are no solder points on the back of this, on the front side of this board. See if you can see in there or not. It's all just the components on this side of the board. soldered to the back. And looking to see if I can see any caps that look like they're bad. Got one that's got some corrosion on it, on the legs. It does not look like it let go. And maybe it's starting to let go. Usually if they start to leak, they're all over the place, but let's see, 25 volt, 22 microfarad right there in the center. Right there. That might be a culprit. Alright, well, let's see if we can get the board off. Actually, before we do that, I want to take a little look in the microscope here. See what I can see. If I can get it up high enough. Away from it far enough to focus. We definitely got some corroded points. There's a little trick for you when you can't get away from it far enough. Just move it off the edge of the table. You don't really even have to focus, you can adjust up and down. Some very minor cracking. Still some minor cracking in one of the driver chips. Okay, so I guess it's time to set up the microscope camera. Okay. So, set up, recording, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So looking at it through the microscope camera, I'm going to get set up here, see the cracking I'm talking about in the driver. It's a driver chip on the other side of the board. That would be that chip. And let's see if we can focus in on this cap that I think could be possibly bad. There we go. And there's the corrosion at the bottom of the cap, which looks a lot worse under the microscope, so that is probably a bad cap. Let's look at these other two caps while I'm under here. Not the greatest. And there's a lot of corrosion on the bottom pin of that cap. So I'm thinking we need the 3 caps, just for good measure. We certainly need to clean things like the corrosion on here, and there could likely be some cracking underneath there. There's some cracking on the one next to it. What else did I see cracking? This one pin right here. Looks like I can see a bit of a halo starting, which probably isn't a problem. There's a halo around that one. Long story short, this entire board's going to get reflowed, which is not that big a deal because there's not that much of it. Here's the corrosion that's going on. So I have to check that trace to that second pin on this driver, because it was bubbling right there. See if I can get my tweezers here and show you what I'm talking about exactly. I gotta find it again. Okay. So we got some bubbling on the trace going on right here. Looks like the trace should be pretty much intact. I mean, some of this is just surface crap. And I'm wondering if there's a cap on the other side right here. If that's the cap. Yep, that's the cap. So, where were we? Right here. So, this, this is where the cap mounts. And we've got all this corrosion going on, which is probably from the cap leaking. So I have to verify that one trace is still good, clean all that up, reflow the whole thing, replace all the caps. And my guess is at that point it will be good to go. However, this is going to have to be a two-part video because I don't think I've got the caps. If I do, that's great, and you'll see me again in a second. Alright, I'm going to keep on videotaping here because I don't know if I have the caps yet or not, but what I do know is we got to get the board off where I can properly identify that one cap, so we're going to go with that. What a shit deal. My new tripod, it doesn't work as good. Hang on. So the new tripod did not have the articulation that I needed to get y'all in on this as I would have liked. So we're going to try to desolder this motor here and take off those desolder those through hole pins and see if that doesn't turn us loose. I'm thinking it probably will, but who knows. This is some old solder. You'll know that because it's stinky. Smells nasty. Looks like most of the pins are free, and I still don't have a lot of movement. Get a couple of things that might help out here. Hang on a sec. There we go. That's certainly free from that. And we get it completely off. Good. Alright. Make sure I know how it goes. Well, yes, it's going to be obvious how it goes back on. Okay, so we need gotta read that, 25 volt. Damn, I still can't tell what that is. I have to go nuclear and get it under the microscope. Hang on. .25 volt, 22 microfarad capacitor. That's what's needed right there. Which is the primary one. It looks like it's bad. Well, those others I'm sure are bad too. Alright, that completes my list at least. It's like Christmas Day around here. What I got? I got plenty of capacitors. 22 microfarad 25 volt and 6.8 microfarad 25 volt. Rock and roll. No delays for this customer. Alrighty. So let's start getting some caps out of here. First, just so I don't get brain dead and forget something, we're going to mark the negative side of the cap with a black dot, if I can get in there. Those of you that are unfamiliar with capacitors, the striped side is the negative side, and it does matter. Alright, so now let's get them the hell out of there. Let's do this nasty one first. This one's so crusty you don't want to melt. Phew! It's South Texas. They are, ooh, that's really not playing nice. You know what? You don't want to play nice, neither do I. I don't push down real hard with that Dremel tool, and it's on its lowest RPM setting, so it's just there for cleaning. I didn't get all that clean now, did I? Alright. Try this again. Take two. Looks like I might have got that one actually. Just the crusties were left and I couldn't see underneath them. It's probably most advisable. Oh, this does not want to act right. Not at all. There's my juice. I'm not sure if that's being a pain in the butt because it's confusing the melt. I got some meltage on there now. Prior to pulling these, make sure I know which one goes where. So there was one that was different. That's the 6.8. This was a 6.8, and this is a 22, and then it's a 22. Better to have notes than brain power sometimes. This one's coming loose already, so let's just get it out of the way. It's like neither one of these legs have turned loose, so it's going to require a little more influence there. That one's gone, that one's gone, that one's out. Alright, and see what we got left on this one. And she's out of there. Alright. Got a lot of cleaning to do on this. This is a fiberglass pin. It's a little abrasive. I want to get that stuff off of there if I can, so that I can continue to eat into the traces. Do what we can here. Wondering if a little flux and heat will help. Sometimes when you get the, there's some situations where, especially with the dendritic growth that occurs on some of the boards, mostly the JMs, you can get the nasties off with flux and heat. And they do look like they're trying to go away here. But you can see as they come off, they're leaving the copper exposed underneath. See what we got now. Not really. Wow, the phone is blowing up. Not really expecting to get this perfect. And damage won't ever completely go away, but we'll get as much as we can and then hope for the best. I'm sure there's some folks out there that probably got more experience than me that said, man, all you gotta do is do this. But put it in the comments section, brother, because I'd love to know. Yes, ma'am?
Amy got our day exchange. We're going to Cancun.
Oh, so on the same schedule that we were?
Yes.
Awesome. Did flights got to be changed?
Yeah, I'll change flights a little bit later.
So, we had a Dominican Republic trip scheduled, and the resort we were going to didn't open on time, so it's a brand new resort. So I guess we switched that up to Cancun. Anybody out there wants to join us for Halloween? I certainly need a little bit of a vacay. Get my attitude right. Get over here. Now sometimes you get carried away with this alcohol, and I almost did. And you start knocking off the markings you made. The other way you go about this is take a picture with your phone, your cell phone. Take a picture with your cell phone, and you're guaranteed you can go back and reference it. And if I get too confused, I can always go back and look at the video. Trying to get the holes nice and clean. Any of that acid that might have got down in the hole. Alright, let's clean these up. This is just 99% alcohol I'm using to clean after I put the flux on there. So get the flux back off. Ooh, my bench is dirty. Yeah. Alright. So what was it? I needed two 22s and then a 6.8. The old van's gonna be faster putting red ones in. Red's got to be faster, right? Come on. You don't need that much anyway, so we just pop them off of there like this. Alright. I believe my marks were on the outside. They've got washed away due to the alcohol. I might go back and take a quick look. See if I can verify that. Yeah, they had to be because there's nothing. So that's what it had to be. Alright. Oh, that was supposed to be a 6.8 over there. Wrong. There we go. Get us a 6.8. We got a little black and a little red. That'll make all you Atlanta Falcons fans happy. If there are any of those Atlanta Falcons fans, I don't know if they are any. Just kidding. nipping off the excess on the legs. Alright, now all we gotta do is go over all the crappy cracked solder joints. This gentleman did tell me that he had verified his speed sensors were good, and I am just taking his word for it. Seems like he's pretty knowledgeable. Of course, if nothing works, then that's where we'll start. What are the odds of me burning my fingers on this one? Ooh, yeah, pretty good. I'd say they're pretty high. Alright. I don't know why I'm so stubborn about rolling off some new solder. Don't make a lot of sense. I can't remember if we did these or not, so I'm just going to hit them one more time. These are the pins into the motor. It seems like I'm just going to beef them up a little bit because don't look right to me having a big hole in the middle, but that may be how it's supposed to be, but that won't hurt. So alright, so we got 3 new caps. Cleaned up. I'm going to verify that trace, just make damn sure we don't have a problem there. Always want to test your meter first. And verify for where the trace starts to where it terminates. There we go. The probe wasn't making good contact. Alright. That's a little sketchy looking right there. I'm going to take a look at it under the microscope. You're an old man and your eyes start to go bad, and trust me, they will. You won't be laughing then. I used to laugh at everybody with bad eyes. I think that's where that bubbling was. And one thing that we can do here is just lay a patch across it. So we got tinning on both sides already occurring from where the exposure was. These little bulbs that are crap. I actually got some from Mauser the other day, not so bad, but I hate these things. They all go out. Can't buy them off of eBay. So at least we will find a use for them that's better than it. Better than their intended purpose. Alright. Take a look at that again in the microscope, make sure we're good. Where the hell are you? There you are. Yeah, she's good. Alright. Let's get us a new alcohol pad here. Swab. Clean. One more little spot I want to look at. It's just some surface crap on there. Alright. So yeah, we have replaced 3 capacitors and repaired what was potentially a bad trace. Didn't test that way, but just because you have continuity sometimes doesn't mean you've got a good enough connection. So where I visually saw a problem, I went ahead and did a repair. Now we got some of this handy dandy conformal coating. I'm going to try to get on there without making a mess, but we've yet to do it without making a mess. Probably because I don't have a good way of pushing the plunger. Just a little bit up. Good luck with that. The whole little bit thing. Need a little tiny paintbrush. Let me go see if I can find one. Well, I don't have a paintbrush, but I've got more swabs. So let's swab some protection across this stuff here. I can't reach the damn plunger. Irritating. I don't know why they sell it in a syringe without a plunger. I feel like I'm going to shoot it all over me any second here. This stuff cures with UV light. So you can either take you a UV light or a UV oven, which I happen to have, or you can stick it out in the sun. And that might help if it wasn't a rainy day outside. Alrighty. Alright. Okay. We have cured our little bit of time, our conformal coating. We've cured that into the UV. So go ahead and put the cap back in here. If anybody knows why they sell this stuff without a plunger, let me know. Can't believe that. Anyway, glad they didn't do that to us in EMS, because if we had had syringes without plungers, I'd have been screwed. Kind of like I am with the conformal coating. So I think we've got this pretty much taken care of now, and let's get it put back together. So we're going to get the board mounted back on the, just got to figure out how it came off of there. No, not like that. Oh yeah, I remember now. We got the holes we got to line up over here. Alright. Alrighty. All of our pegs are through the hole. That means I gotta go back over here and solder those bad boys. Too many things going on today. Y'all can't see. Great. Hang on. Let's switch out the tripods again. Okay, back over to our other bench. We are going to put 2 screws back in the board, hold it in place, nice and steady. A little dust on the face, just from being old. Get that off. Dust off of these others here. I did verify these other gauges work. I verified all the bulbs are good. I hope I don't have to tell y'all how to find out if a bulb is good. I'm going to give you more credit than that. Alright. That one's a little too crusty for a brush. Clean it the old-fashioned way. On there. Wings and this. Oh, there's a lot of nasty on that. Apparently the cat needed a bath too. I have no idea why that cat loves me. I guess it's just in their nature. Don't know what this crap is. So 1993, it's almost 2023, so it's 30 years worth of crusties and things crawling around in there probably. That back on there. Get us some screws. started there. More crusties to clean. Crusties everywhere. Alright. I don't like to clean these old metal ones any harsher than I have to because they're kind of painted and the paint's kind of fragile at times, thin, so I try to stay off of it. More hairy things on this one. You hear that sound, that cracking sound? It wasn't anything breaking, it was just breaking loose from the where it's been sitting for 30 years. Upside down. Couple more screws. Should be one more of these, yep. Lots more crusties to clean. I don't know where all this hair is from. It's too long to be mouse hair. Maybe Farrah Fawcett used to drive this thing around back in the days when she was all the shit. Let's see where my mind goes. It doesn't seem like a 93 van should be 30 years old. But I guess that's what happens when you get old. You're 50 years old yourself. No way that's that old, but it is. Alright. Time to get back to the car. So y'all aren't going to be able to see this. This Prindle thing here, it's got a square end on it. And on the steering column down here, where it turns, when you move the shifter, there's just a little hook. And it's got to go back on there. I don't believe it was on there when I took it out. But I'm going to try to get back on there because it seems to work. It's a matter of whether I can get my arm down there long enough to hook onto it. I might have just figured out why it wasn't on there. Yeah, it's going to have to be done from underneath. The sucker sits in there just so. Come on, there you go. Gotta hold your mouth right to get that one in. And we hit add some more screws. If nothing else, it sure as hell looks better. Screw back in over here. And a little stubby to put this one back in. Lights are working, gas gauge working, everything's looking like it's working. Let's see if we can get that Prindle hooked up. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to just reach under there. All right. Missing a whole bunch of screws to this piece, which will make it easier to get off. One more there. All kinds of 30-year-old stuff up in here. Not sure what it all is. Well, that is not going to work because in park it shows it's in drive. I'm not sure how. Must be something broken off in there. So we took all that loose for nothing. Three hole screws. That doesn't look right. Supposed to be a hole there. Yeah, I see it. All right. Not sure what this is. It says make waves. Maybe a brake controller. Not sure. Something comes up. Yeah, that's got to be a brake controller. All right, there you have it. 193 Dodge camper van saved. Yeah, the speedometer at least.